All right, today I'm going to talk about the 6-0 double black diamond 15 millimeter, nope, not 16 and not 14, the 15 millimeter elongated paddle. I'm going to tell you why I got this paddle, and stick around at the end. I'm going to tell you who I think this paddle is really for. Oh, hit my mic. I got so excited. Ooh, I like it. It feels really nice in the hand. It's, honestly, it's a lot more of an elongated handle than I anticipated, which is nice. It's exactly what I'm looking for. It's going to give me the leverage that I want. I feel like sometimes I'm just trying to hold like a little ping pong paddle. I've got bigger hands, so I do really appreciate this elongated handle. It's light too. I was a little scared with it being elongated that it would be a little too heavy, and the grip looks great. Honestly, it feels like it's got some nice grip on here. I don't know, can you hear that? Grippy long stockings right here. I'm so excited, I can't wait to play. I feel like this is gonna be, hold on. Let's go, baby. Backhand. Put a little top spin on it. All right. Really excited. Double black diamond, 15 millimeter, 6-0 paddle. And it looks freaking awesome. I'm gonna take the plastic off now. I think it's time. Oh, there's a little perforation right there. Pro tip, so you don't try and rip it from the top like I just did. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. Oh yeah, the grip leaves a little bit to be desired. It's pretty thin grip, but honestly it's better because it's lighter, and then I can customize this grip however I want anyway. Most people are going to change the grip or put on an over grip, so I'm not too upset. Yeah, it's slippery. It's a slippery grip. You're gonna have to put something on top of this, but that's fine. So the 15 millimeter should be the sweet spot in between control and power. The thinner the paddle, something like a 14 millimeter, is gonna give you a lot more power, but it's also gonna be harder to control. You can think of this like setting the sensitivity on your mouse really high or really low. If you want more control, you're gonna set the sensitivity on your mouse a little bit lower so it doesn't move all over the place. That's the way I like to think of it. If you want a lot of power, it's like setting the sensitivity on your mouse to very high. You're just gonna move it a little bit and it's gonna go everywhere. It's gonna give you a lot of power, but again, it's hard to control. So this 15 millimeter paddle should give me a pretty good balance of both. I personally tend to favor a lot of control, so I really love the 16 millimeter version of this paddle, the 6-0 double black diamond. I used that paddle for about 1.5 years, and I started to want just a little more power, but not anything crazy like a 14 millimeter. That's why I'm super excited about this 15 millimeter paddle. I do think it's going to be a really good balance in between power and control, but ultimately favor a little more control. I think this is going to give me everything I want at the net. I'm going to want that control. I never want to give up control at the net, but I needed a little more power at the baseline. I was just slightly underpowered no matter what I did. What's awesome about the elongated version is that it's going to give you a lot of extended reach as well. So if you're a tennis player and you're coming from a tennis racket, you might find this one a little bit easier of a transition as opposed to something that was maybe a little shorter or a little wider. Also, the elongated version is going to give you a slightly larger sweet spot and possibly some more spin potential with the extra face length. Who do I think this paddle is for? I think this paddle is for intermediate to advanced players. Maybe if you're a singles player and you want a little bit more reach and a little bit more power, this paddle might be great for you. And anyone from tennis who wants more of a familiar feel. This does have a carbon fiber face, so you're going to get a very gritty and very durable surface. And since it's a little longer, a more balanced swing weight, I think. What you should know before buying this paddle is that it's going to be less forgiving than other paddles, let's say a 16 millimeter or something like that. Hopefully not much less forgiving, that's the whole idea, but it might just take you a little bit of time to adjust if you're coming from something like a 16 millimeter paddle. I know the elongated shape is not for everyone. It may feel a little bit awkward when you're dinking at the net, so just keep that in mind. So compared to the 16 millimeter version of this paddle, you're going to get a little less control, a little more power. I would choose the 15 millimeter if you're looking to get a little more offensive in your game or a little more power from the baseline, and I would pick the 16 millimeter if I was just starting out and I really wanted to focus on control. I think having 16 millimeter control at the net is absolutely priceless, especially if you're beginning. Control wins games, not power. If you have any questions about this paddle that I didn't get to, make sure you leave them in the comments, and as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.